Good morning, students. You are welcome in the very first chapter in your science course, and the title of our chapter is Growing Plants. As you know, plants and trees are very important in our life because we depend largely on them for our food. Students, have you ever visited the vegetable market with your parents? We can see almost all types of vegetables there, like potato, tomato, carrot, radish, spinach, mint, turnip, coriander, cauliflower, broccoli, ginger, onion, chili, etc. है ना? So can you classify all these vegetables as parts of a plant, like roots, stems, leaves, and flowers? You know, we can add radish, turnip, and carrot as roots, and potato, onion, and ginger are stems, and corianders, spinach, and mint are as leaves, and cauliflower and broccoli are considered as flowers. So we can say that plants are amazing. They can grow not only from seeds but also from their roots, stems, and leaves. So let us learn how new plants grow. You know, growing plants from seeds. This is our new topic. If you eat an apple or an orange, you will find seeds inside it. And new plants can grow from these seeds. And here structure of a bean seed is given alongside. See, this brown color is an outer covering called the seed coat. It protects the baby plant inside the seed, and the seed coat has a tiny hole through which the seed gets water. And if we open apart the seed and see inside, we can see that seed leaves or cotyledon store food for the baby plant. And the process by which a seed produces a new plant is called germination. And not all the seeds germinate into new plants because some seeds are eaten up by birds and insects, some get destroyed by the rain and the wind, and while some seeds do not get the right conditions to germinate. And what is this right condition? Seeds need air, water, and warmth to germinate into seedlings. And if a seed does not receive any one of these three, it will not germinate. Okay, now see the stages of germination in a bean seed. See, very first step is seed gets air, water, and warmth. And after that, this seed soaks up water and the seed coat breaks and the root emerges. And new plant develops into roots and a shoot. See, the portion of a plant which is inside the soil is called root, and the portion of a plant that we can see outside the soil is called shoot. So as the plant grows in size, it develops leaves, and after that the cotyledons shrinks and disappear, and a new plant we can see in front of us. Okay, and during the early stages of germination, the seedlings gets the food from the cotyledons, and after sometimes leaves grow out of the seedlings and begin to prepare food. The seedling absorbs water and nutrients from the soil with the help of its roots. Now the seedlings develop leaves and grows into a plant, and that is why soil is so important for plant growth. Okay, now what will happen if you sow many seeds too close to one another? See, after germination, they will compete for water, air, light, nutrients, and space to grow. As a result, many of them would die. And to ensure that the seeds do not grow too close to one another, many plants naturally scattered their seeds by different means. Now, the process by which seeds are scattered away from the parent plant is called dispersal. Now, some ways of seed dispersals are given here. Very first type of dispersal is by wind. So, seeds of certain plants are very light and have wing like structure or hair on them. So, these seeds are easily carried away by the wind from one place to another. An example of such seeds are maple seeds and dandelion seeds. And second type of dispersal is by water. Now, seeds of some plants such as lotus or coconut are spongy or have a fibrous covering which helps them to float on water. So, water carries these seeds from one place to another. Now, third type of dispersal is by animals. Seeds of some plants such as cockleber have spines or hooks. So, these seeds stick to the bodies of the animals or birds and are thus carried away from the parent plant. Now, birds and animals eat fruits of various plants. Undigested seeds of these fruits pass through their digestive systems intact and are dispersed to other areas. And the fourth type of dispersal is by explosion. The fruits of some plants such as peas and beans burst open when they are ripe, scattered the seeds in all the directions. So this method of seed dispersal is called explosion. Now, next topic is how plants grow from roots. Food is stored in the roots of carrot, radish, turnip, beetroot, and dahlia, of course. So, a new plant can be grown from the top portion of a carrot. If we cut off the top portion of the carrots and place this portion in a container with the bottom part downward, remove all the leaves from the carrot top and add some water to the container till the carrot top are half covered with water. So, and keep this container in a sunny place. So, after some days, we can observe that new plants sprout from the carrot top. Now, growing plants from stems. We eat stems of certain plants such as potato and ginger. A potato has buds called eyes on its surface. Any piece of a potato with an eye can grow into a new plant. Likewise, ginger will grow a leafy shoot when planted in soil. And in case of a rose, hibiscus and money plant, new plants can grow from the stem cutting of the parent plants. In this process, the stem is cut in an appropriate place and this portion of the stem is planted in the soil. This stem cutting grows into a new plant if watered regularly. Now, growing plants from leaves. The bryophyllum leaf has many buds on its margin. As you can see in this picture, new plants arise from these buds when the bud falls on the moist soil. Okay, now what is agriculture? The practice of growing plants on a large scale for food or other purposes is called agriculture. And plants that are grown in large quantities in a particular area or region during a particular season are called crops. And crops need water and nutrients from the soil to grow well. And they get nutrients from manure and fertilizers also. Crops need protection from birds, insects, rats, and pests. And before and after harvesting. You know what is harvesting? Cutting and gathering of ripened crops are called harvesting. Now, they are sprayed with pesticides to protect them from pests and other harmful animals. And farmers also use scarecrows to scare away birds from fields where crops are grown. You know what is scarecrows? It's an object in a shape of a human, made of sticks and old clothes, that farmers put in their field to scare birds away. Now, here pictures are given, they are showing stages of agriculture. See, very first picture is showing how to prepare the field, that is to plow the field. Second is to add manure and fertilizers to the soil, and third stage is to sow the seeds in the field. Fourth one is the crops are sprayed with chemicals called pesticides and protect them from pest. And the fifth stage is to irrigate the crops. And sixth and the last stage is to harvest the crops. See, in hilly region, people grow crops by cutting steps into the mountain side. This is known as step farming or the terrace farming. And a particular crop may grow well in one season and may not grow that well in another season. That is why farmers grow different crops in different seasons. Crops grown from June to October are known as Kharif crops, and these crops depend largely on the monsoon rains. An example of such crops are rice and maize. And crops that grown from November to April are called Rabi crops, and these crops do not depend on the monsoon rains. An example of such crops are wheat and legumes. So that's all in this chapter. I hope you better understand the concept of this chapter. Thank you.